Phillip Phillips is here, everyone.
Hello.
Thank you so much for coming in.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
This is your first album in 5 years?
Yeah, 5 years. Been a long time. A lot going on with a lot of people out in the world those past 5 years. And yeah, really excited to have it out. You know, it's always terrifying putting new music out because it's always so personal. And, you know, I just write it because it's therapeutic for me. And then I wrote a lot of songs, a lot of really bad songs. And then I think I got some 10 pretty good ones. So, or they're really bad too. I'm not sure. I guess it's whoever's listening will judge it. So.
How many songs do you think you had at one time thinking about this album?
I really don't know. There's quite a few. And a lot of them that were just unfinished that were just like, not good. Let's just don't even just try it. That would just be like a half a chorus or verse, whatever it is. And then then I wrote some that I finished that we're feeling good about. And then we were just like, oh man, they suck. And let's just scratch those. And then, finally we got 10 that we're okay. I'm okay with. Are
you personally thinking this sucks, or do you have people that
No, it's all
you?
me telling me. Yeah, it's no one else really telling me. If they tell me something, they're like, well, they'll say, I like this one better than that one. And I'm okay. And then, but it's mostly me just in my head all the time, just like, is this good or is this really bad? And I'm like, it's probably really bad. And then they'll say, I like this one better. And I'm like, okay, it was really bad.
But this album, I feel, you say, all albums are personal, of course,
sure.
Writing all of your own stuff. But I feel like Drift Back is the realest.
Yeah, I think it's, a lot of people have told me this is their favorite album of mine, which is really nice. And but I think for me, it's definitely there's all the other albums. There's personal stories throughout them, but this one it was very it was very themed in a way that it's exactly what these past 5 years have been about for me, and it's. It's some sadness in there, but it's real, and there's some love and happiness. But I'd say there might be a little more sadness than happiness, but unfortunately, but it's about kind of overcoming that those times when it gets hard, So I'm really proud of it. Lyrically, I was more focused lyrically than I have been in the past, and I really got what I wanted to get across in these songs, and really proud of it.
I feel like it's easy for us to relate to the happy stuff.
Yeah.
But I think the sad stuff too makes it even more of a connection.
Yeah. So I don't really tell too many people why I write a song because I like for them to have their own connection towards it. And I love hearing that whenever they tell me, well, this song helped me through this part or whatever. I love hearing those stories from people, and it might be a totally different thing that they were going through compared to what I was going through when I wrote the song. And but yeah, I mean, this is a very personal album. They're all other albums, like I said, are personal on the way, but this one's very it's very straightforward in what the message is across the whole entire record. And I think it's okay.
It is. And I'll tell you my personal connection to Dancing with Your Shadows. I struggle with some health issues, and I'm in a newer relationship, and just a couple weeks ago had just one of the lowest points with my health and everything. Mm-hmm. And it's so easy for me to just be like, I'm fine.
Yeah.
When somebody asks,
absolutely.
I'm fine. But like he knows, he can see it in my eyes when it is, when it's that bad time. So hearing that song for the first time, I was just like, I could hear him singing this to me, like the words that you wrote. It was just so beautiful to be able to know that you have felt that way.
Yeah. So I wrote that song. I do talk about some songs, and that's one I kind of talk about to an extent. But my wife, she's struggled with a lot of health issues since having our little boy. He's 3.5. His name's Patch. He's pretty cool. And most days he's pretty cool. But, after that, after a woman has a baby, a lot of health things in your body changes. And then she's had a lot of struggles, like trying to, just crazy things. We're still seeing doctors about some stuff. And that kind of, as it really puts a toll on your kind of mental state of mind. And, for me, we've been together over 14 years. And so I'm always just trying to help her or fix things and all that. So I would try to do that. And then you figure out that, man, I can't fix this. We actually have to get the proper help to really figure out what's going on. And, I just had to learn how to just be still and just be there and which is really tough for me, but I'm not trying to make it about me. The songs is not about me, but it's just about me and her and me just trying to just be there and comfort and love her and everything, you know.
What is her reaction to the songs that she knows that are about her or about your relationship?
I think she really likes them, and she gives me kisses, so I'll take that as nice as she likes it. But the funny thing about this album is she's always been, in my first three records, she was in the studio for all three of them when I was making it. Even, you know, sometimes when I would be writing a song, she would be around. But this one, she had no. I think I showed her. You know, I always show her a few like rough sketches of if I have a chorus or whatever. Okay. You know, but this one I was really. And we had a kid, and I was trying to travel. I can't really focus when I'm at home, so I have to like go off to Nashville and really kind of get in that zone. And so I would come back, and you know, I'm trying to be a dad, and the last thing I'm trying to do is make anything about me. And so when this album came out, she actually listened to it from start to finish, and a lot, she said. And she said this is her favorite album. And she said, you know, it felt really cool. I didn't really, you know, I kind of heard some of the songs, you know, somewhat familiar, but I didn't really hear them anywhere close to finish. And so I feel like a fan, you know, I really feel this is your best work. I said, well, thanks, you know. And she, you know, obviously felt a real connection with some of these songs. And, you know, so yeah, I'm proud of it, and she's proud of me, so that's cool. And my little boy grew up with these songs too, and he can sing every word to these songs, and so that's really sweet hearing him sing. And even the songs, like there's a song called "Long Time" that's just this short acoustic song about learning how to, you know, grow and but also appreciating the past. And it's just a short, tiny song, and I'll hear him sing those lyrics, and I'm just like, oh, you know.
Where did the name Patch come from? Because you've been on Valentine the Morning with us before, and you talked about, you know, you're named after your dad.
I am.
And your dad said that he hated his name growing up, and you're like, thanks, Dad.
Funny,
Thanks
you remember that?
Thank you for naming me the same. Where did Patch come from?
So Patch came from, we had a bunch of names written down, and we were watching Patch Adams one night, and I love Robin Williams. I just love movies in general, but I think everyone really loved Robin Williams. And we watched the movie, and we were around family the next day. We're like, yeah, we just watched Patch Adams the other day. It was such a great movie. And they said, why don't you just do that? And we were both thinking about it, you know, like, that is a great name. And we thought about it in the movie. Like, that's such a good name, but is it too different or whatever? But we just fell in love with it, and it fits him so exact. He's just a freaking crazy little sucker, and he's funny, and he's sweet, and he's so smart like his mom. And yeah, it really fits him. And it's still, there's the pee-pee there. So we kept. I didn't want to name him after me. I want him to have his own identity, you know, in case he doesn't like me or something. But you know, so
but there's still that tie.
Yeah.
So Phillip is going to be at the El Rey Theater on November 2nd. Tickets are available now. Before you go, though, I want to talk about pickleball. Because
I played this morning.
You did, really?
I did, yeah. I found a spot. I only got to play like 2 games and not really a quick warm up. And I hadn't gotten to play a lot these past couple of months. 2 or 3 months because of the album, you know, so it's a good problem. I'd rather be busy than not, and so I'm a little rusty, and I love it so much. I'm sorry I interrupted you, but I love it.
No, not at all. Did you start playing before it became this phenomenon?
I think right before. It was right before COVID hit, and it was like the summer before COVID, and it was right before my son was born, and yeah, a friend of mine, I hate to call him a friend in case he watches this because he's actually not a really nice guy. Just kidding, Bob. But he's funny, and he'll appreciate it. But he invited me, and it was funny, like a big group of us, I'd say around 6 to 10 guys, really started around the same time. And he said, you want to come play pickleball? I was like, what the heck is that? And I asked my wife. She said, yeah, we played it in high school. I'm like, what?
That's what I remember it from, PE.
Yeah, so I never even played it. We grew up in the same town, but she went to private school. You know,
I did too. So it was a private school pickleball thing.
There it is. And she played it, but the first day I played it, I was just hooked because I was pretty competitive back in the day, and I played baseball really heavily, and until I picked up the guitar at 14, 15 years old. And so this kind of brought that competitiveness back. And you can get competitive in music, playing live, but it's just different. This is more, you know, exerting some energy out. So I love it. It's so fun. I hate working out, so that's my workout.
And from what I understand, you're good.
I'm all
like in
right.
tournaments and things, right?
Depends on the day. Yeah, we'll see.
And it's like ping pong, but on a
But kind of
court?
like tennis, but tennis players either love it or hate it, and then I don't know why it gets a bad rep, but I love it so much, and they don't think pickleball players are athletic, but you watch the pros, they're pretty athletic.
Yeah, no, it is.
Yeah, I love it so much.
Well, Drift Bag is out now. The album is amazing. I love how real and how raw it is. He's got the happy songs, the sad songs, and it's just it's really great to have new stuff from you. So thank you.
Thank you. Yes, thank you very much.